In this episode, we're going to talk about how to give your kids meaningful Christmas gifts without going broke. Let's go. Did you know that the average American child has 300 toys, but typically only plays with 12? I don't know about you, but that's like, oh my goodness, let's get more stuff out of our houses then. If they have 300 toys, but they only play with 12, well, then let's limit it down to 12. I'm pretty sure there would be a rebellion on kids' parts to parents. But okay. And then the other thing that I want you guys to know is that according to Sugar Daddy Podcast, I can't even say that with a straight face, they just posted the other day that 34% of Americans go into debt during the holidays. I don't know about you, but by being financially independent, financially responsible is one of our family's core values. If it's one for you, this is the video for you to be watching. All right, so how does my husband and I solve this problem that our kids have tons of toys, but they only play with a few? And how do we not go broke during the holidays? Here's our solution. We only buy each of our 3 kids 4 toys. Or not 4 toys, 4 gifts. Here they are. We buy them something to wear, something they want, something to read, and something that they need. That's it. We only buy them 4 gifts for each kid from us. Now, before you sit there and you start judging us and feel bad for our kids because they don't have more gifts from their parents, here's the thing. They get plenty of gifts from everybody else, from their aunts, their uncles, their grandparents, all of the people. They buy our kids lots of things. So don't worry. Now, if you really want to judge us, a few years ago, we tried to do this whole thing where we had our kids each give away and donate one of their unopened gifts. If you want to see kids rebelling against their parents, just try to do that. We've changed it up. We don't make them do that anymore because we realized it was kind of cruel. And the people who bought the gift that we gave away wasn't all that happy. But generosity is still a huge thing for us. And so we taught our children to be generous in other ways. We would adopt certain kids that were in need, and we would buy them their gifts from their Christmas list. So that's how we kind of counterbalance that. Now, you don't necessarily have to do these 4. You can make it your own. You can make it work for you. I heard one person say that I only buy my kids 3 gifts because that's the number of gifts Jesus got. If that's what you want to do, make it your own. Just make a budget, stick to it, and don't start 2025 off in the hole financially because you wanted to buy your kids, or you're not even you don't want to buy your kids lots of gifts. Your kids wanted lots of gifts. Let's be real. Now, before you start to sit there and be like, Dr. Andrea, my kid's going to be considered the uncool kid if they only get 4 gifts from us. Okay. It is normal to be broke, entitled, and spoiled for our youth to be those 3 things in our society right now. Is that how you want to raise your children? If that's how you want to raise your children, you do you, boo. But for me and mine, I want better for them. I want them to be financially independent. I want them to be generous. And I don't want them to be spoiled or entitled. So, if this is one of your concerns, then a conversation needs to be had with your children and your family, like a family meeting, about what your family values. I'm in this big push right now to encourage parents and to encourage families to figure out what are your 3 to 5 values as a family. And I've already mentioned some of ours in here: financial independence, generosity, those kind of things. So sit down and have a conversation about it, about what your family values are. Now, here's another concern I anticipate you all coming at me with, is that this is how we've always done it. I don't know about you, but that phrase, this is how it's always been done. It just brings me back to my years in academia and like a university. It's like, this is how we've always done it. Oh my goodness. We can change. We can adapt. That's how we're supposed to be. People who function well in our society, they change and they adapt. So we can do different things. We can, really. So again, we need to have a conversation that at the end of the conversation about we're going to change things up, and this is how we're going to do it from here on out. And at the end of the day, you're the adult. You're the parent. They're the child. Yes, of course, they get a vote, but guess whose decision it is? It's yours. You get to decide that. Now, because you're the adult, you're the parent, don't let little kids who are all about what they want and they don't think about big picture and they don't know about the family's finances rule decision making. We want to raise adaptable youth. So if this is the case and your child starts to have a meltdown, well, I just have a video for you. Pop is right there. It will help you deal with your children's meltdowns. All right, so let's pull this together. Me and my husband, we only give our kids 4 gifts. Something to read, something they want, something they need, and something to wear. Make it yours. The big picture is make a budget, stick to the budget. Figure out your family values. Combat all those, oh, my child won't be cool. They'll be cool. Just get them something that they want and that is meaningful. And here's the thing. I promise you that your child will not go all Cousin Dudley from Harry Potter and the Philosopher, the Sorcerer's Stone, where he's like, you got me 36 presents last year, therefore there should be 37 presents this year. No. They will remember the meaningful things that you did for them and the meaningful things about the holidays. That's what kids will remember. They won't remember, they won't pull out a clipboard and be like, you got me this. No, they're going to remember the happy times. They're going to remember that one, thing that they really wanted that you got for them. You can do this. And by doing this, you and me are throat punching this mental health crisis. Let's go.